Welcome back to another episode of Degenerates Anonymous. I'm joined by Ben Chesick. I'm Joe Altamare. We are not joined by Charles or Jeff today. We are going, I was going to say solo, but it's duos.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound the same. Regardless, we had quite the football Sunday last week.
We did pretty well.
Yeah.
I think all three of us ended up positive, which is pretty amazing, to be honest. If maybe we'd not parlay our picks and just bet them out individually, we'd
I like how you
a lot
looked
of
at
money.
me. I like how you had to give me a side eye about the parlay.
You are the king of parlays.
I like how, I went 9-4, but my locks didn't hit.
Yeah.
So I lost that parlay.
I think our locks went 1-1-1.
Yeah.
1 win, 1 loss, 1 push.
And that don't help in parlays.
Mm-hmm.
But Joe Stradamus is back. He's back on the table.
Okay.
Because 9-4 is pretty solid.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty solid. So now we can officially say you should listen to what we say.
Sometimes.
Maybe not.
Sometimes.
Yeah, maybe not. Okay. Let's go ahead and jump into our hypotheticals. You want me to go first or you want to go first?
Yeah,
today?
you go first this week.
Okay. We always say hypotheticals. They're just questions in general. All right. We'll start off since it's October and the Halloween theme. We'll have one question about that at least, or two. Scarier movie, Mama or Paranormal Activity?
Mama.
Okay.
And it's not even close.
I mean, the Paranormal Activity is freaky, dude. Look, I'm just making the argument for it. It's freaky. There are parts where it's corny because obviously things are just flying off shelves and stuff, but there's some crazy parts.
It's harder, I guess, for me to take that movie seriously because I guess there was a spin-off of it. Whatever, I forget what it's called, where it makes fun of Paranormal Activity. Have you ever seen that?
Oh, it's like Scary Movie, right?
Yeah, I think they did one about paranormal.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
It's harder for me to be as scared about it now.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
But Mama is terrifying.
Mama is terrifying. Like, I still think about the feet at the end of the bed.
Oh, yeah.
Clip it! Clip it!
No, I'm not putting
Dude, that is terrifying.
I'll have nightmares when I
edit it. Maybe you shouldn't clip it. You'd have to YouTube it too much. But that is a terrifying movie. I would say it's top maybe 3 scary movies.
Top 5, yeah.
I mean, it's a little corny for sure, but it is still scary.
Yeah.
You guys made me watch The Conjuring again, and I still can't round corners properly. Like, it is, that movie, I know there are a lot of tough people in the comments on our TikToks.
Yeah,
about how The Conjuring wasn't a scary movie.
Yeah, I mean, it was like 80% people agreeing with us, and then the other 20% couldn't understand.
And those 20, mad props to you. Because that movie, upon further review...
It's just as scary as I remember.
It is scary. It is scary.
Yeah.
Even when I know things are popping up. All right. Next question. Better dessert, cake or churros?
Cake. I've never really been a churro person, and really even as much of like kind of like a cookie person. It's always been cake for me. I'm actually not even the biggest dessert person in the world, but
I'm definitely
if I had to
not.
choose one, it would be cake.
I'm with you on not being a huge dessert person, but I actually am the opposite. I'm not a big cake guy. I mean, I don't like birthday cake.
I honestly just can't remember the last time I've had a churro.
Dude, churros are dope. Churros are phenomenal.
Okay, I lied because when I was at a conference 2 weeks ago, that was one of our desserts at our dinner.
And how good was it? Were they fresh?
Be honest,
were they fresh?
They were, but they were like bite-sized churros, almost like pretzel bite-sized.
Were they hard or were they like doughy and delicious?
They were crispy. They weren't as doughy. They were crispy.
See, doughy. Oh, my mouth is watering right now. I'm having trouble. Doughy with that little bit of crisp. Oh, dude. So I'm letting you know right now, we're having a churro bar at my wedding.
I heard.
A churro bar. You get to design. It's like almost like going to Yoga Berry, but instead you're going to my wedding and it's churro bar. So you get to pick your toppings and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Yep, came through.
I would have thought you would have done a Chipotle bar, knowing how much you eat that.
Well, I mean, we had to have a dessert, and we decided wedding cake we weren't that big of fans of, so we went churro bar.
Makes sense.
Up next, who do you think you would be able to get away from or survive a movie with? I don't know how to word that part.
Like a villain, a monster?
Yeah, I'm going to give you options.
Okay.
First matchup, Pennywise from It or Michael Meyers from Halloween.
I I feel like I could survive it just because Michael Myers seems like you can't kill him. He's going on
What a clown, bro! It's a shape-shifting clown.
Michael Myers has gone on what 16 movies. He can't die.
Yeah, that's
How
true.
am I going to escape him?
I've got the solution.
He does have the slowest movement of any villain in the history of the world.
Yeah.
But he doesn't die.
I've got the solution.
Okay.
Okay. So it thrives off your fear, right?
Okay.
And I would have hella fear if he starts showing up as old ladies and crazy little things.
True.
So he would start just getting stronger and stronger, and then I'd be screwed, right?
Yeah.
Is that how it works? So if I knew Michael Myers was trying to get me, I would just move to Europe. He's not getting a passport.
He never stops trying.
He's not getting a passport, though. There's no way. There's no way. He's stuck in Haddonfield. He is stuck there. I know
That's such a weird solution.
Look, I'm telling you.
No.
You got to travel somewhere where you need a passport. And he's not following you.
I don't like it. I don't like that solution.
It's the only solution. Because it is going to haunt you.
It doesn't... Clowns don't scare me in general. So he wouldn't... Like, I wouldn't be that scared of that.
Bro, have you seen
I've seen the new ones? Yeah.
I don't know. Here's a question off the top.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's a more adrenaline inducing scene
Okay, which one?
than the very beginning of it. With Georgie.
With the boat floating down?
Yeah. Because you just see him emerge from this sewer drain, and your heart is pounding, and you're thinking to yourself, is Georgie surviving this? Is Georgie going to get out? Are they really going to kill this child at the beginning of this movie?
Yeah.
And sure as hell, they do. He rips that kid's arm, spoiler alert, clean off, and he's asking for help.
I mean, they had to set the tone for the rest of the movie.
Bro. So. I figured it was going to happen, but I didn't know, and my heart was just pounding. It was like before Han Solo died. I was sitting there, I was like, holy crap, dude. Are they really going to kill this kid? And they did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I kind of expected it, though. I saw the first movie.
Like the original?
Yeah, the original.
See, I had never seen any of them or read the books or anything.
If you've seen the original, at least going into that movie, you're not going to be as scared of it. I just never thought it was a scary movie.
See, for me, I had no idea what I was walking into. So I'm going into this new remastered version of it.
Yeah.
And, bro, Pennywise is creepy. I watched that opening scene again. I don't know what made me do it. It was on my YouTube recommended, I think. And I was freaking out. And I knew he died. I had seen it again. I had seen it already. And I watched it. I was like, holy shit. Yeah. Dude, he is a creepy villain.
The actor does a great job. What's his name again? Bill Scarborough?
Yeah, I think you got it right.
Something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does a really good job with his voice.
He is creepy beyond belief. Okay, so you pick Pennywise. I disagree. I say Michael Myers, get a passport, go somewhere else. Next up, what are you most likely to survive? The movie The Strangers or Scream?
The Strangers. Remind me of that.
Okay, Strangers, these guys, this family moves to this house. It might just be a couple. And they're all of a sudden these people with these bags over their head just start showing up. They're like almost potato bags. Have you never seen this?
I really don't think I've ever seen that
movie.
Oh
my God. Okay. That's another one. Yeah. That might be worse than Pennywise.
I'll add it to the list, but then I guess I'd have to say Scream just because I've never seen Strangers.
Dude.
So
so I also would pick Scream. I think Scream and Chucky are the easiest of all time to get away from.
Yeah.
As far as Halloween movies. Most of them are monsters you just simply can't kill.
Mm-hmm. Like Michael Myers?
Like Michael Myers. No, I agree, but if I'm going between the Pennywise, well, let me go back there. But yeah, we got to watch Strangers before October 31st.
We've got a list of movies that we need to watch for Halloween.
Absolutely. You mean Halloween the movie or Halloween the
both?
See, they really make it confusing with that title. And what is your favorite Halloween movie of all time? Favorite spooky movie of all time. It could be lighthearted, like some hocus pocus action.
Yeah. It
could be, terrifying.
I've never been a big Halloween guy, so that's tough for me to answer. I would probably pick a scary movie. Like The Conjuring freaks me out every time. Insidious is absolutely terrifying.
It is terrifying. It really is.
Yeah. I made you guys watch the Blair Witch Project the other night, and I don't know if I will ever get a chance to pick a movie again. Like, they all hated me after that.
We were grilling you after that movie. Yo, that might be, not to go back and grill you again, that might be the worst overall movie I've ever seen. Not just Halloween movie. It might be the worst movie I've ever watched.
It feeds on your anxiety. That's the only reason it's scary.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to say any more just because I don't want to spoil it for people that haven't seen it. The base premise is it's filmed by a couple teenagers going into the woods. And it's filmed in like a first person perspective.
Yeah, it's like on a camcorder.
On like an old camcorder. So it's shaky. It's not like the most enjoyable to watch, but your anxiety builds up the entire movie because you don't know what you're about to see.
It is the dollar store version of Cloverfield.
I mean, it kind of was. It only cost them $30,000 to make it, and they made $250 million.
Props to them. Anyone that can make money off doing nothing, I applaud you. But I will tell you this: I can't believe it got so popular. Like, how did people go see that movie and then say to themselves, "You need to go see that movie"?
Do you know why?
Why?
Okay, so it came out in 1999, basically pre-internet.
Yeah.
Pre-social media, and when they presented it at film festivals, they presented it as if it was real. They basically, even though they would tell the audience ahead of time like it's fiction, but they would go ahead and all over town post flyers about this movie and how there was a town, and I think it was Maryland or Massachusetts that this had actually happened at. So people believed it, and they went and saw it, and it kind of just spread like fire,
bro. So it's
it was genius.
It's Fire
It was
Festival.
It was genius marketing.
No, it truly was. Like, for you to make money, if you haven't seen it and then you go back and watch it after this, you will realize what I'm talking about. I cannot believe that movie was so popular.
I don't think it was terrible.
You forced me to watch that. Like that, I can't believe it. Okay, so not the worst movie you've ever seen, but the best. What was your answer?
Well, I would just say my favorite would be The Conjuring, just because it scares me every time I see it.
Okay. See, I have to go Halloween. Like, with Michael Meyers. It's just a classic. Used to watch it growing up, like terrifying but not too crazy gory. I mean, I like the new one too. It's wild, but
I think if they stopped making so many versions or remakes, I would like it more. But knowing that there's been like 16 different Halloween movies kind of kills it.
Well, now you got to know which one's canon. Okay, now you got to know it's like Halloween and then the last two, I believe.
No. What about H2? I think
they said H2O is no longer canon. Look at us, we're getting sweaty with it.
Yeah, especially because Jamie Lee Curtis was in that one.
I know.
And she was
in the second one too, and according to Jeff, the second one's not canon either. And the second one might be one of the best ones in the hospital.
Who determines what's canon in these Halloween movies?
I guess the people that own it now. So, like, if you buy it, you get to retcon whatever.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll take your word for it.
So that's mine. That's it. That's all I got for you.
Cool. I've got 3 or 4 for you.
Okay, bring them on.
Let's see which one I want to lead off with.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, okay. All right. I love asking you these just because they involve money.
Okay.
And you're our biggest money advocate on this podcast.
You made me seem like Scrooge McDuck.
You kind of are, to be honest. If I had the ability to, I would 100% Photoshop your head on the Scrooge McDuck scene where he dives into the pile of gold coins, because
I would love that. I would love that.
Okay. All right. Question number 1. Coins. Would you vanish for 100 days for $10 million? You cannot talk to anyone. You can't tell anyone where you are, and you leave in the middle of the night. This includes your friends and family.
Oh, you mean like I have to go? I have to disappear.
Correct.
Dude, I thought you meant that I like actually disappear.
No, it's not like poof.
I was like, where do I go?
You don't turn to dust.
I am inevitable.
You just basically you go in hiding
for how much money?
$10 million for basically just over 3 months.
Oh, absolutely.
How would you deal with that, though? Because so you leave your place in the middle of the night. Alex has no idea where you've gone. Your parents have no idea you've gone. Pretty much everybody assumes you're probably dead.
I can't telegram?
No, you can't do anything.
Oh.
No forms of communication are allowed.
Dude, I don't know if I would do it because I feel like that would ruin my almost marriage already. like that's good. I mean, 100 days I'm gone. Like that's not a recipe for success right there. So I probably would say no.
But you just said yes before that.
Yeah, but I don't know. I thought that maybe I could just tell one person. No, yeah, I can't.
Nope. You pack your bags in the middle of the night. Your friends and family wake up in the morning and they have no idea where you are.
No, I don't think I could do it.
I would do it.
The stress that would put on my family and friends, I couldn't do it.
I get that, but for $10 million, you could take care of all of them.
Right, but the thing is I probably wouldn't be able to take care of said fiance if I leave for 100 days and never come and don't come back until then. Like if I leave for that long,
what do you think Alex's reaction would be when you come back with $10 million in hand? Like, do you think
what am I coming back to? Like she's gonna change the locks, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
It's not like you won't be able to find her.
Allegedly.
I mean, I don't think she's just gonna like completely forget about you. I think she would probably be really excited that you were found.
Yeah.
Found
with a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I still say no.
Okay.
It gives me anxiety thinking about. What about you?
I think I would do it.
What do you think Tiffany would do?
I think it'd be the similar situation to what you're thinking with Alex, but like it's not like I can't find my friends or family or my significant other.
What would you do for 100 days?
Dude, what wouldn't I do?
I really don't know what that means.
I would empty my bank account and probably go travel somewhere, another part of the world where I just couldn't be found, and just blow it all, knowing that in 100 days when I come back, I have $10 million waiting for me.
Yeah, it sounds.
Sounds
fun.
I would live the greatest solo vacation ever.
It sounds awesome.
Yeah. See, I've just completely changed the tide for you.
No, you haven't, because I know the amount of shit I would be in.
Get on board.
Can't do it.
Jump ship, you coward.
What else you got for me?
I'm upset. I thought you were going to take the bait on that one.
See, you think I'm only money oriented, and I'm not.
You're money and food oriented.
Okay.
So I've got another food question for you, but that's not next.
Okay.
Okay, question 2. A stranger comes up to you and offers to give you a superpower of your choosing. Who do you trust more? A homeless man with all black eyes or a man in a Men in Black suit? These two men come up to you and offer you a superpower. Who do you go with?
I'm probably not going to believe either of them.
So you turn both down?
With the ability to give me a superpower.
Why? You turn both down?
I'd probably question it a little bit, maybe feel out the situation. But, I mean, what am I going to be? I'm going to end up turning into Polka Dot Man.
No. It's a superpower of your choosing. It's not random. Like, you can pick. So if you wanted to, one of them could turn you into the Flash.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, if that's what you want to choose.
I wouldn't choose Flash.
So who are you more likely to trust?
I don't know. Like, is there a possibility of it going wrong? Because either way, then it doesn't matter.
I mean, I guess. So for me, if I think about it, I would choose the homeless man with like black or alien looking eyes, just because I feel like, I don't know, it would be like some mystical being offering it to me. Like, like the theory of
apparently the superpower's not going great for him.
Well, it's like a hidden in plain sight type of thing. Like, nobody's going to like look at this person and think they have superpowers because he looks like he's homeless. And then I'd be worried about the dude in the Men in Black suit, like, experimenting on me somehow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're asking me who I'd trust, and I would probably say neither. Some dude with eyes that I've never seen before.
You have to pick one.
Okay.
Who are you going with? One of them's taking you and giving you a superpower.
How do they administer it?
I don't know. Anima.
Probably the suit guy then.
Why? Because he wears gloves?
I just would imagine that he's showered.
All right. You heard it here first. That went down a rabbit hole I did not think it was going to go down. All right, let's go on to question number 3. Would you rather have free food or free transportation? The only rule is it's only for yourself. You can't share the food, and you can't take anyone with you for free. I thought it was easy at first, but then I kept thinking about it, and it's not. So give me your answer.
Well, look, I understand that if I wanted to travel anywhere and it would be free, that's a great luxury.
Mm-hmm.
How often am I traveling by myself? I'm not sure. I do eat a lot. So that could be quite the cost down for me.
Mm-hmm.
I would say travel, and then I would split whoever's going with me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, it's
Ticket,
funny you
whatever.
say that, because when I was thinking about this, I was like, he's immediately going to come up with this workaround. And I'm shocked that you didn't. I would have bet a lot of money that you would have said a cruise ship, Ben, because the food and alcohol are unlimited.
I mean, that is true. That is
So
true. So
I
I would
was
go
sur-
on cruises for free.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought you were going to say.
I mean, it was a thought, but I was also thinking about how, okay, could I eat? Do I eat enough to where if I don't have to pay for it, I can pay for flights somewhere? And yes, easily.
Yes.
But I also could really utilize the travel.
Yeah, the traveling would be pretty awesome, honestly. Just being able to go wherever you want, whenever you want, and not having to cost you
Yeah,
anything.
that's the one. That's the one. The travel for sure.
Boom.
Is that what you choose?
I'd probably choose traveling.
Yeah.
All right, last question. Would you rather win $100 million, but it is announced on national TV, or win $1 million and nobody knows?
$100 million announced on national TV.
I am shocked.
Why?
Because we've had this conversation before, and we've always said we would never tell anyone if we won a large amount of money.
I did not say that.
Yes, you did.
Maybe Jeff. Here's the thing. I don't care. If I have $100 million, I do not care at all.
Like,
I have enough money to get a new phone. I'm good.
I generally
care.
I generally agree with you, but everybody is going to be coming up to you and asking you for things.
I don't care.
Everybody comes out of the woodwork.
If you give me $2 million, I'm going to try to parlay it into more money. Like, just by doing cool stuff and making videos. Like, 100%.
But what about the attention that comes with it, though?
I don't care.
Like, if people now know where you live and they're like, oh, he won $100 million, I bet he's got more
I would
inside.
probably move. If I got $100 million, I would probably sell where I live now.
Yeah, but like, it doesn't matter. Like, if you move into a new house in a neighborhood, they're going to be like, that's the guy that won $100 million.
You're damn right. And they're
I
gonna.
bet he's got some cool shit in his house, and I'm going to go take it.
I got it. He got two. He got two. Get the mailman. Let's go. Get him.
They're not going to take it because it's going to be like Fort Knox. I'm going to have a moat, okay, with gators in it and a drawbridge.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. What's going to happen to Marley and Purdy, your vicious attack dogs?
They're going to stay away from the moat. Is what they're going to do. They're going to stay away from the moat. I have quite the imagination for $100 million. Okay. What about you?
I mean, I would choose $100 million because
There you go.
it doesn't scare me at all. But
Oh.
I'm just saying, I swear I've heard it from you before that you would tell nobody.
If I had like a few $1 million, people would know that I had a lot of money just by what I would drive into my house.
Yeah. I mean, that's true.
I feel like you got to go 100 mil.
I think it's the only option.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, you can do a lot with $1 million, but
Yeah.
nowhere close to 100
If I
million.
have the option, like I'm grateful for whatever, but if I have the option for 100 mil, I'm taking it every time.
Yeah. I mean, I could spend $1 million very, very quickly. $100 million is life-changing.
Generational wealth.
Yeah. Generational wealth.
Boom.
There you go.
That's it for questions.
Yeah. That's it for hypotheticals.
We'll dive into some NFL after this.
Yeah. We'll cut for some sports.
Later that same evening.
We're back.
We are back with another great slate of NFL games this week. We are pretty much dead inside because we're Jaguar fans, so we are moving on to
Yeah.
every other game that could possibly make us happy.
I only had about 1 ounce of positive attitude in my body last week in regards to the Jaguars. I thought they were going to win. They didn't, so that's over with. I can't trust them anymore. I don't think I could ever bet with them again, at least until they make changes on the team. So,
Dude,
I'm moving away from them.
It is so frustrating. Everything about that team is frustrating. So we're not even going to get into it.
Sounds good.
Other than Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, we'll go on a tangent.
Okay, first game up on the lineup is Thursday Night Football. We've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Philadelphia Eagles. The Bucs are 7-point favorites on the road, and the over-under set at 51.5. A little high, in my opinion, but I won't bet the under. I think that the Bucs are just too good for Philly, and I'll take the spread at 7.
You're going to take them favored by 7?
I'm sorry, yeah. I'll take the Bucs minus 7.
Okay. I think I'm going to go with the over. You said 51.5?
Yep, 51.5.
Okay, yeah. Give me the over. I think the Eagles are pretty solid, believe it or not. They held their own against the Chiefs 2 weeks ago. I could see myself taking them plus 7, but I'm just going to take the over. I think it hits.
I could see them keeping it kind of close for most of the game, but I definitely think that the Bucs are going to end up pulling away and winning by 7 or more.
Okay, we'll see.
Next up, oh boy,
Our favorite game.
first game on Sunday morning at 9:30. We have the Miami Dolphins going to the Jacksonville Jaguars in London. The Jags are 3.5-point underdogs, and the over/under set at 45.5. What do you think?
Honestly, I hate everything about this game.
I do too.
There's nothing on this slate or this game that entices me to bet it. I mean, I can see the total winding up around 45. It's tough for me to see us scoring points since we can't make a field goal to save our lives. We haven't made a single one in 5 weeks.
We should just go for 2 every single time.
We really should. I don't want to be optimistic and just say, give me the Jags plus 3.5. I just can't do it to myself. So I will buy half a point and just say, give me the Dolphins minus 3 and be done with it.
Minus 3.5, or you?
No, I will buy a
you're gonna
point to
buy
bring
it.
it back down to 3.
Okay, I got you.
I can't
Here's
do
the
anything
thing.
else.
We have a couple bright spots on our team. Trevor is the biggest. We have, and also James Robinson. James Robinson's an absolute beast.
Yep.
The Dolphins look terrible. They look god-awful. I have no idea. Is Tua going to be back for this game or no?
Supposedly, yes.
Okay. I think that despite Urban Meyer being an absolute god-awful NFL coach, game planner, everything, all of the above, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's got no idea who's on the field. He has no idea why he's doing anything. He's just there putting his hands on his knees and just bending over, looking exhausted, looking like he's going to pass out any moment. That Trevor Lawrence and James Robinson are going to end up winning this game. It could be by 1, it could be by 100, but they're going to win. I'll take the Jags money line because I hate myself and everything that I stand for.
Why do you do it to yourself? Like, that's not even fun. You just set yourself up for pain every Sunday.
Look. We should have won last game. I really do have zero delusions about our team. We are bad. We have a lot of holes. But Miami is awful.
I agree that they're terrible.
How many wins do you think we have this year? Just off the rip right now, after what you've seen so far.
How many wins the Jags get?
Yeah.
3.
This is one of them.
I mean,
if they have to win, if they're going to win 3 games.
It wouldn't surprise me, but
Yeah.
until they actually start proving themselves, I'm never taking them.
I completely understand. I completely understand where you're coming from. And if they get blown out, I still wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't mind it, to be honest. Send Urban on a different charter flight back home.
I just think that if we're going to win 3 games, this is one of them.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and say Jags money line. I have no confidence in saying plus 3.5 because I really have no clue. But I'll just say we somehow squeak one out. Up next to happier games, we have Cincinnati Bengals at the Detroit Lions. The Bengals are 3-point favorites on the road, and the over-under is set at 48.
I like the Bengals. Give me them at minus 3.
That's what I take also. I'll take the Bengals minus 3, but man, the Lions are really...
They're close.
They are close a lot. They are close in a lot of games.
Honestly, I was shocked that they lost to the Vikings on
I know.
Sunday.
Vikings, not great. The Lions really are that close. But I feel like sometimes the Jags are that close too.
Yeah.
They're like the same
honestly
to
one
me.
and the same.
Yeah, they are the same to me. But yeah, I'll still take the Bengals minus 3. I think Joe Burrow gets it done. Green Bay Packers at Chicago Bears. We have the Packers at 4.5-point favorites on the road. The over-under set at 45. What do you got?
This is tough for me because I thought minus 3 looked great last week against the Bengals, and they ended up pushing that. They won by 3. So I don't know. I don't know if they'll cover the 4.5. Justin Fields looked decent. The Bears still have a solid defense. I will go out on a limb and say, give me the Bears plus 4.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
I still think the Packers win by more than that, but I am going to just go ahead and hit the over at 45. I like that. I think the Packers are going to win, but I definitely think that I like those points.
Yeah.
So I'm going to roll with that.
Yeah.
Up next, we have the Houston Texans at the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are 10-point favorites at home, and the over-under set at 43. I actually dislike both of these teams, but I think the Texans are better than that spread for sure. So I'm going to go out and say the Texans. I'll take the Texans plus 10.
I'm on the same page as you. I don't think they're a good team at all. I think the Texans are probably bottom 3 in the NFL right now, but I just can't see that game where the Colts are a 10-point favorite and then the over set at 43? That just doesn't make sense to me.
No.
So give me the Texans plus 10.
So we're rolling together on that one. We got Chiefs at Washington football team. The Chiefs are 6.5-point favorites on the road, and the over-under set at 55.5. Chiefs have looked a little shaky here and there.
Yeah.
Everyone's doubting them. I think the Washington football team is actually pretty serviceable. I think Taylor Heineke is pretty serviceable. Scary Terry, unbelievable at wide receiver for them right now. But I think that the Chiefs get back on track against them just because that narrative is it's probably bothering the hell out of them.
Their defense has been abysmal, though. That's the only reason that they've had a lot of close games. I did call the Bills last week. I think I took them at like +3, and they ended up winning, which was awesome to see. But I will go with Chiefs -7 on this one too. I think they do
-6.5. Are you buying a half point?
Oh, sorry, no. I was just looking at ESPN. Said -7.
Yeah,
but if it's 6.5, I'll take that.
Okay. And obviously, so we're recording on Tuesday. So these lines might change a little bit, but this is what we're rolling with. Up next, we have the LA Chargers at the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are 3-point favorites at home, and the over-under set at 50.5. Look, I know Lamar Jackson just had an amazing Monday Night Football showcase. Dude, the Ravens and the Colts to me are just both of them. I don't know.
It's a weird game to me. Obviously, the Chargers are coming off a great game as well when they scored, I think it was 47 points to beat the Browns. So I would have assumed that the Chargers would have been favorites in this game. Honestly, they're one missed field goal away from being 5-0. So I'm surprised to see the Ravens there at -3.
They also should have lost to the Lions.
That's true. So give me the Chargers +3.
That's what I take.
Yeah.
I actually think that the Ravens are a team that they can go in and beat any team, and they certainly can go in and lose to any team. And they're so annoying to watch. Lamar Jackson is awesome, but that team is so tough to watch.
He's playing at an MVP level right now, and at some point, that's just going to fall off. Sorry to say it. He's going to have bad games at a certain point, and you have to be on your A game to beat the Chargers and Justin Herbert right now.
Yeah, I've got even if the Ravens blew them out last night, I still would want the Chargers +3.
Yeah.
They should be favored. Up next, we've got the LA Rams at the New York Giants. The Giants are 10.5-point underdogs at home, and the over-under set at 47.5. There are a lot of questions going into this game, a lot of injuries for the Giants. Saquon is out. I'm not sure about Sterling Shepard, and we don't know about Kadarius Toney.
Yeah.
And we've got Daniel Jones possibly in concussion.
I think Kenny
protocol.
Galladay got hurt too.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
So-
their whole team is banged up.
Yeah.
However, if they can get Daniel Jones on the field with one of those weapons, this is one that I'd monitor and take the Giants +10.5. I don't think they win, but Daniel Jones has been playing sneaky good.
Yeah, he played really well the first few weeks, except last week. Obviously, when he got knocked out against the Cowboys, he wasn't playing very well. I have, as much as I hate to do it, I'll take the points. Give me the Rams by -10 or -10.5.
10, wow.
Well, here's the thing. If Daniel Jones doesn't play, that means Mike Glennon is starting for them.
Yeah.
And he's awful.
So for me, this is one of those that I'm going to monitor. I would take them +10.5 if Daniel Jones plays. If not, I would just go Rams money line and be super boring.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got up next. Got to scroll. We have the Minnesota Vikings at Carolina Panthers. The Panthers are 1.5-point favorites at home, and the over-under set at 46. This is kind of a tricky game to me because the Vikings are much like the Ravens. I feel like they can. It's just a coin flip every single day what you're going to get, win or loss. I think the Panthers defense is significantly better than what the Vikings just faced.
Okay.
So I'm limped through that sentence. But I'd still take I'm going to take the Panthers minus 1.5.
I'm going to take the Panthers money line. I think they win because guess who's back? Christian McCaffrey.
Oh, Ben's got him in fantasy.
I'm a little
he's
excited
super
about
excited.
That.
Yeah,
he's currently the only person that can save my team. I don't understand it. Somehow I'm now in last place in this league, but he's the only guy that can save me.
I truly believe that your team would be a lot better if you didn't talk so much trash right after the draft.
No, it happens every year. Jeff knows it well. You should know it well.
No, I know you have
I have the injury curse.
You have the first round. You have the first pick of the draft curse
every year.
Every single year. It's a real thing. It's worse than the Madden curse.
To be honest, I thought about it before taking him, and I took him because I thought that because he was hurt last year, he couldn't possibly get hurt again.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Don't ever follow me for fantasy advice, apparently.
Up next, we have the 4 o'clock games. We've got the Arizona Cardinals at the Cleveland Browns. The Browns are 2.5-point favorites at home, and the over-under set at 50. What do you have for that?
I think it's a little disrespectful to the Cardinals. I mean, they're going to lose a game at some point. The Browns are better than their record shows.
Browns are pretty good.
Yeah.
They're pretty good.
Yeah. You know what? I'll take it, though. I'll take Cleveland minus 2.5 at home.
I don't dislike that pick. For me, go ahead.
I was going to say, I just think their defense is so much better than the Cardinals. And the Cardinals, for the majority of the game against the Jaguars, were pretty much shut out. They were not scoring points.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. We're just that close. We're beating the Dolphins.
So close.
I'm going to actually take the over at 50.
Okay.
The Browns are putting up points. The Cardinals are putting up points. I know the Browns' defense is pretty good, but I still think that Kyler Murray and all of those weapons that he's got, he's going to just keep putting up numbers. So I'll take the over at 50 for that one, especially since that's kind of another coin flip for me of who's going to win that.
It's probably a smart bet.
Up next, we have the Dallas Cowboys at the New England Patriots. The Patriots are 4.5-point underdogs at home, and the over-under set at 49.5. I love the Cowboys minus 4.5 here. I really think that they're going to put it on the Patriots.
I think it's close. It scares me a little bit that the Bucs went into New England and it was so close between the two teams. So I think if I'm leaning one way or the other, I would just say Cowboys money line.
I will argue this for you. I truly believe that the only reason that Patriots-Bucs game was close is because Brady was so amped up. He really was missing throws that he never misses. Like, he was overthrowing guys, just letting the ball sail. It seemed like it was just a really emotional game. So
I believe it, but I think Bill Belichick is still a really good coach at the end of the day, and he'll find a way to keep it close. So Cowboys money line, but I don't know if I'll ride them minus 4.5.
I got 4.5. Up next, we've got the Las Vegas Raiders at the Denver Broncos. The Broncos are 3-point favorites. At home, and the over/under set at 44.5.
Somewhat surprising. It'll be interesting to see how the Raiders bounce back this week.
Yeah, it's going to be.
I was a little surprised they didn't promote Gus Bradley to interim head coach. Would have kind of liked to see that after his Jacksonville days.
I'm glad he's done.
Yeah. What's the over at?
44.5.
All right, I'll take the over in that game.
That's what I did too. I got the over at 44.5. That is hopefully going to be a fun game to watch.
Yeah.
And this next game I absolutely despise. We have the Seattle Seahawks at the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers are 4.5-point favorites at home, and the over/under is set at 42.5.
The only reason it's not fun is because Russ is out.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, the Steelers are not that good this year anyway.
No.
Juju's out for the season now.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter.
And, yeah, I don't know. I could see this game being in the teens. Like, I could see this being like 19 to whatever, maybe even 21. But I don't know. I don't really like the over, even though it's so low.
I don't hate Geno Smith, but I don't think he'll be able to put up enough points to come close to the Steelers. So I'll take the Steelers minus 4.5.
Okay. See, I am of the same mindset where I don't dislike Geno Smith. I don't think they win, but I will take them plus 4.5.
Okay.
And especially if they sign Blake Bortles, I will definitely take it plus 4.5. I want to see the boat out there, bro.
If the boat's out there, I might change my pick.
I would be
we'll see.
amped if he got some reps with
There's
them.
no way they would start him.
No. Geno looked great in that last game. Well, he looked good in the last game.
For the most part, yeah.
All right, last game on the agenda. We have the Buffalo Bills, who look like the best team in football, in my opinion, traveling to
Tennessee
Titans. And the Titans are 5.5-point underdogs at home. The over-under set at 54.
I'm somewhat surprised that they are not heavier favorites.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, so we lost to the Titans 38-19. I think the game was a lot closer than that. I think the Bills put maybe 10 plus on them. How they outpaced them by that much.
I like the Bills.
I think they lose by double digits.
Yeah, I like the Bills minus 5.5. I just think it's hard when Tennessee looks pretty serviceable to put them at anything more than that at home.
Yeah.
If it was on the road, I think it would be more.
They don't really scare me that much.
They don't scare me that much either, even though they just
especially when you have a quarterback that's an MVP candidate.
Yeah. It really bothers me that all the talk is just how Derrick Henry put it on us and all that, but Derrick Henry didn't really do that much against us for most of the game.
Until the end of the game.
Yeah. I mean, he got some numbers in there. He got some padded stats, but look, obviously he's a great running back.
He is. I mean, he
manhandles us most of the time, yeah. But we did a really good job containing him for most of the game. It's just a shame that it ended that way.
Yeah, it's rough.
One of the worst feelings in the world is just random strangers looking at you and yelling, "Tighten up" at you. It's one of the worst things I've ever heard.
I was at the game, so I know that better than anybody. And
we got chirped out in our comments.
I was on TikTok talking smack about how I thought the Jags were going to win, and I was quickly humbled.
Yeah, they came after us with that one, but we would do the same.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, when you've lost 20 games in a row, you're not really surprised by anything at this point.
All.
So,
not at all.
There's nobody that can hurt us as much as the Jags
I will
do.
I will always hope more than any other game that we beat the Titans, but I'm just not surprised with anything, man.
No,
not
anymore.
Yeah, like we really could lose the rest of the games this season. I wouldn't be surprised. I pray that doesn't happen.
That would be really hard to do. I think that would set the record because now that it's an 18 games season technically,
yeah.
So I think we would lose the most games ever in a season.
I pray that it doesn't happen. I don't think that it will happen. Obviously, I'm saying that we're going to beat the Dolphins this week.
Yeah.
Of course, just to reward our fans, we're going to win a home game in London. That's how we do things. Yeah. But hey, I'll take a win. We'll see what happens. Those are our picks. Thank you for watching.
Hopefully you follow us. If you tail us, let us know. Maybe you'll win some money off of us. But we were pretty good last week, so I wouldn't bet against us.
Also, subscribe.
And comment.
Yeah.
And follow us on our social media on Instagram as well as TikTok.
Let us know what you like. Let us know what you disagree with. And then leave another nice comment just because.
Yeah. And give us some hypothetical questions, to be honest. It'd be fun to answer some for you.
Yeah, I know you guys are creative.
Yeah, some would you rathers or hypotheticals.
Boom.
All right. We'll see you guys next week.